Each year, the FBA Executive Committee selects a Banker of the Year that has given of themselves unselfishly to improving the banking industry and their community. It's not a seasonal attitude. It's a long-time goal. It's a lifelong goal to be obtained through hard work and dedication. We applaud the efforts of this year's award winner to make their community, state, and the nation a better place to live. The Banker of the Year is selected using the following criteria: an outstanding commitment of involvement and services in his or her community, a concern for the continued success of banking, a dedication to conveying the value of banking to the public, and a reputation for excellence and distinguished achievement within the banking industry. We feel the recipient deserves public acknowledgement of their accomplishments. The FBA presents this award for that reason, and we have produced a video to introduce this year's winner, so let's watch.
He teaches his people the true meaning of professionalism.
He is a driven business person.
He is a sincere, driven man who always achieves the goals that he sets forth.
He is a consummate professional.
He was my friend before he was my banker, and he still is my friend.
He is one great, fantastic banker and community inspiration.
He is truly an inspiration to others.
He is the epitome of a man of character, honesty, and integrity.
He is the best boss I've ever had.
He's focused on the associates in the bank, the customers, and the community.
He was born to be a banker.
Jack is a Tampa boy and very proud of it. Tells everybody that he is born and raised in Tampa. All of his schooling was done in Tampa. Most proud was graduating from University of Tampa with his MBA. I met Jack. I was selling custom men's clothing. I was told he would be a great client for me. And I sat across from him at the desk at the bank, and he paid very little attention to me, did not make a sale. But I walked out of there knowing I'd fallen for him. That was gonna be the guy I'd probably marry, and I did. And we got married about 1.5 years, 2 years later at St. Lawrence Catholic Church here in Tampa.
He was an excellent student. He quickly engaged in community service, and fortunately the University of Tampa was at the center of some of his interest in serving and volunteering. So he was active in our Tampa Alpha alumni chapter. He was involved in mentoring students. He actually served as our National Alumni Association president, and it was because of his excellent service that he was honored by us twice.
About 30 years ago, Jack Barrett was the magnificent inner office ambassador for our law firm, Stearns Weaver Miller. From about 1980-ish to about 1987-ish, this young man was the probably only teenager in town with a tie, and a fine one, and a very thoughtful and effective and determined young man. We knew he'd go places, and there's nothing between Jack Barrett and complete success, because the young man had it all, and we saw it when he was a teenager. He was a runner for the firm for 5 years, and our magnificent inner office ambassador. We gave him a cross pin when he left, and I understand he still has it, whether it's for cheapness or sentimental value. We're very proud of our precious bank president, the magnificent Jack Barrett.
Jack and I have known each other for over almost 30 years, and Jack and I were runners at a prominent law firm in Tampa, and Jack and I became very good friends. Jack was the best man at my wedding. Jack and I used to play practical jokes on each other, one of which I recall we would go fishing on a fishing trip, charter trip, and I at one point put a fish head in a pocket of Jack's, the clothes he was going to change into, and didn't let him know, and he went home and washed his clothes without removing the fish head, and it pretty much destroyed his entire wardrobe in that particular instance. And in retaliation, in good form, Jack purchased a rather unsavory and unflattering bumper sticker, placed it on the back of my car. It was a huge, big white bumper sticker I didn't notice it for several days, but everyone that I drove by noticed it and started laughing at me, beeping the horn, and I said, what's going on here? And I realized that Jack had paid me back plus a few with this unflattering bumper sticker.
I met Jack in early August 1989 when I went to work at the Merchant Bank of Florida as a proof operator. He was a lender. We worked together 4 or 5 years there, moved on to another community bank, worked together 4 or 5 years there, and came to our current home, First Citrus Bank. It was an exciting opportunity for both of us. We started in a meager building we affectionately called the Roach Motel. Worked there for the better part of a year, building our team and our fabulous company. Then we moved on to our new building on Sheldon, built that up from the ground, and today we're currently located at our corporate headquarters in downtown Carrollwood, a beautiful 3-story building.
I first met Jack at the open house for First Citrus Bank when they organized it several years ago. I remember being impressed with how young he looked and frankly how well dressed he was. It was an honor for me to pick him for the Horizon Award when I was president of the Florida Bankers Association. And it comes as no surprise that he is now being named Banker of the Year. Congratulations, Jack.
Jack was so creative. He created this credo that we had laminated. It has our core values on it: integrity, teamwork, and professionalism. It had the picture of our new bank. And inside was our mission statement and further instructions. And we all subscribed to this and carried it with us. And I carry mine to this day. I share it with my son even.
Jack is a driving force behind this bank, and that spills out into the community. He's extremely active in numerous nonprofit organizations and other causes that help the disadvantaged in this area.
Most people know that Jack is involved in charity work throughout the Tampa Bay area. One dear to our heart is the JDRF, Juvenile Diabetes Chapter. The reason being that is dear to our heart is because of our son Max, who has type 1 diabetes. Jack chaired the 2010 JDRF walk here in Tampa. Many of our friends and family members and First Citrus Bank associates joined us that day at the walk to raise funds and awareness for this great cause.
The center, formerly the Center for Women, is a multi-service community organization. We provide a range of services for a variety of populations in the community, ranging from after school for girls to home repair for elders. And we were very fortunate to have Jack Barrett come on the board when he did, which was in 1997. When Jack was president, one of the things that we got accomplished was to get the funding to build and design an after-school program for girls, which we call the Center for Girls. This was the first gender-specific prevention program in the area, and we are very proud. We've just had our 10th year birthday of the Center for Girls, and so we're so pleased that Jack was a key part in getting it started.
Jack's involvement in our community runs very deep. One particular association he's involved in is the ALS Association. A few years ago, he served as corporate chair, and he was even a TV star that year. Let's take a look.
15 people are diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease every day. Hi, I'm Ryan Madsen.
And I'm Jack Barrett, president of First Citrus Bank. That's the deadly illness that our friend Kenny Farrell is living with.
But with your help, we can defeat ALS.
And we can find a cure. Please join us as we walk to defeat ALS.
Not only does Jack contribute monetarily to these organizations in the community and take his time, he inspires us as his associates to volunteer our time too.
I've gotten around the town a lot myself, but quite frankly, everywhere I'd go, there was Jack Barrett, and he had a gift. And he had a gift for really caring about people and really caring about what is important in this community. And then he'd roll up his sleeves and make sure that if it was important, Jack Barrett did something about it. He's unbelievable.
I've known Jack for over 10 years. He's been on the foundation that time, most of which he has been our treasurer. And he has certainly helped us shape our financial program and seen everything grow and encouraged other people to support St. Joseph's Hospital. Jack is sort of was born to be a banker. I'm sure when he played Monopoly, he always wanted to be the banker, and he still is. He gives us good advice. He's able to take somewhat difficult financial information and make it understandable by the lay people, myself included.
Jack is very devoted to his community. He leads by example again in terms of having the bank and its employees participate in numerous not-for-profit events such as the Center for Women, the Glazer's Children Museum, and he does this because it emanates from his heart.
We're here at the Glazer Children's Museum, where Jack Barrett has been a fundamental part for many years, most recently serving on our board of directors as treasurer. Jack's a very astute financial gentleman who gives us great guidance as we're doing our fiduciary responsibilities for the board of directors to direct us on all of our projects, from the capital campaign through our operating budget that we have today.
From the entire family, Max, Grace, and myself, we wanted to say, we love you and congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. I wasn't not expecting this at all. But yeah, I didn't plan on being a banker when I started in the industry. I had a lawn business, and I mowed lawns through undergraduate school until I got the job at the law firm as a teenager as a runner. And like Lamar, I too learned that I wanted to work in air conditioning, and so I figured I'll go work at a bank, not because I had any affinity for the industry, but I wanted to determine what businesses made the most money. Then I would go get a job in that trade and learn that trade and parachute in that profession. And then after knocking around the profession for a couple of years, sort of like our missions in life, we don't go out and find it, it sort of finds you. It detects us, and banking sort of detected me. I got to be around smart people that cared about their communities, that cared about other people, and it's a very noble profession, very honorable profession, and it was something that I truly enjoyed, getting to interact with other business owners. And so then the goal was to try to own a business, and I soon learned that the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, and this isn't about so much me as the outstanding banker, as it is about the cast that I have around me at First Citrus Bank. I truly have an exemplary officer corps, on down to the tellers and up to the board and all the ways in between. And without them, we would still be, we'd be smaller, we wouldn't be making money, our capital's growing, our stock's up 60% when we started, and from the book value appreciation. And Mike was talking about the next 10 years, and next 10 years, we're looking forward to that 3 multiple a book returning sometime between then. But with banking, each of you that's in this room are the bankers of the year. You are, because you have tenacity, you have perseverance, you have endurance, and there's an old saying that tough times don't last, but tough bankers do. Thank you very much.